I just answered that question and you said that you were given a correlation.
No, I don't. No, I don't know.
But I just said, for the record, we're talking about Kanye giving head to a male cousin, and then you said,
no, you never said a male.
What I just said.
No, you didn't.
You said, I know. I'm following along. I was just giving you a correlation.
The whole situation is nasty.
Listen, we're not going to play these games, Canoe Guy. We're not doing it. Not today.
It's stuff
I'm
like
going to
this.
go off.
It's stuff like this that shows that it's a cultural problem, because as you support these artists and you don't know where they're coming from, you support every other thing that you're not complaining about. You didn't know you were complicit in creating it, because now you've enabled.
Well, how did we create that? He was a kid. That's just his own, I don't know, his porn addiction or whatever.
Porn wasn't around back then, though, bro.
Because
like, it was around, but like paper porn, or like VHS tapes.
No, he said he was addicted to, I think, his uncle's magazines or something like that.
Yeah, but
paper porn.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so I think it would be interesting to kind of like critically look at some of the other symbols of like value that went along with this hidden incident, right? I think that you would find a consistency. I don't think that these incidents are totally separate from some of the different like commodities and products and things that people ultimately try to possess, like as a way of like distancing themselves from the situation, i.e. the type of girls that he likes, right? Kim Kardashian, the one girl who's walking around all butt naked and stuff, like what is it called, like arm candy, you know, just doesn't really have like, it's not like a very deep thing, right? It's just something that maybe he felt like he could adorn himself with to kind of distance himself from that situation, like to make him more cool.
I respect him, you know. I don't.
I'm just looking at the situation critically. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, like, culturally.
I'm just saying, like, really to come out and be like, yo, who you are.
Yo, Ike, what happened? Is that what happened in your head?
Oh, don't worry about that. That's a thing for fun and pleasure and so forth. I didn't want to hijack the conversation, but when the guy Chris said he's looking at it critically, he immediately was talking about not the occurrence of just child molestation by another child. He immediately brought it back up to is it Kanye that you're talking about?
I hate this nigga. Shut up.
But what I was going to say really slow, like Alex and Mike got upset, was because when now I know now my point was in terms of source, right? I was molested when I was 6 by a 14-year-old girl, and then later her friend. In terms, not that I'm continuing quote unquote any cycles of abuse in that fashion, but you could say that your attitude towards other people becomes significantly different after a certain occurrence, and you have time to reflect on it. And so anyway, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people that have done this shit that will take it to their grave. And it does take some balls to state it in a way, right? In a way, you can frame it like that. But I'm just throwing it in there in terms of what happened to somebody that would lead them to do such a thing, child on child molestation. Right. And I don't know what leads people to do such things. Okay, Galaxy, you take it away. Or whoever else.
I appreciate you sharing that. I think I understand too. Like, it's an uncomfortable conversation for some people, but if we don't talk about it, part of it does perpetuate the cycle of abuse because it infringes on silence. And I know that for some people it may be just an uncomfortable thing, but at the end of the day, like, I appreciate those who do speak about it because I can't be responsible for other people's unwillingness to be responsible for their own lives and like cater to their feelings no more than I want them to cater to mine. So and at the end of the day, it's a huge problem. So yeah, I think that taking a look at these individuals, all this quote unquote success, all these aspirations that everybody else wants, and then it creates a culture where people get bullied because they don't necessarily want the same things or are not showing up in a certain way to get those same said things. And all of that is nothing but a facade, right? It breeds the same cycle of rejection, of marginalization that ultimately puts kids into different situations where because they have felt deprived of one reason or another, like the cycle of abuse continues. Where there are misguided where there are misguided feelings, there are misguided aspirations. And so it's just interesting to take a look at because you hear men say like, "Oh, men don't have emotions and stuff," but then they like are highly invested in and attached to different sports or industries where there's a permission structure for men to be able to be that vulnerable because they are also able to perform at a high level. And so, that's a much bigger narrative that needs to be tackled.
Well, and Curtis, do you think that this arm candy, right, the distancing might have been because there's like he's already so guilty of something in his own mind that he appears that all of his relationships are going to remain with this sense of distance or performativeness, right? Meaning that it's him having already gone through something that he doesn't want the limelight to shine on him in some way, so he gets a distancing relationship for show. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Definitely. I mean, because like even in the Black culture, right, where I don't know if it still is the case, but at least when I was growing up, like people were very big on their shoes, right? Having Jordans, having clean shoes that didn't have creases in them. And this was something that was also like very popular in socioeconomic levels where they also didn't have a lot of other things. So it was like if you had fresh shoes and they didn't have creases in them, even if they cost you more than like some of the other things that you desperately needed, it was a way of distancing yourself from the depravity of like your home environment. You know what I mean? Like it's some sense of self-worth or trying to develop a like relationship with worth in something that you can associate yourself with as a compensation for not feeling it on a deeper level. Still
like buying an iPhone when you should just be getting an Android.
Man, see, I feel like I need a Nokia at this point. This is crazy. That's another conversation.
But I appreciate your sandwich. But I didn't know if ASB wanted to speak on cycles because it sounded like holy shit. You got a backstory there, as everyone does.
And I think ASB left out.
Yeah, I think she did. And that's the only reason I was urgent to get on stage. Wasn't for disclosure, but for people allowing whatever backstory individuals have all the way into their childhood to be like causal reasons or pegged possibilities, speculative reasons. You know, like people have their
That's definitely cool and everything, but what happened to your head, dude? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's Andy.
Alright, cool.
Did someone hate crime you? Checking. Just want to know.
No.
Okay, just make sure.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's just about, it's important if we're going to have conversations around conclusions that we come to, that we include all the facts, because it's very much analogous to, on a cultural level, what happens when a society has stigmatized its past, right? And we just come to false conclusions. And we actually think we're contending with the facts, and we're not even really informed, because we're not talking about all the facts, because there's certain things we don't want to talk about because maybe they're black, right? Something like that. So I think that there's so much to be learned from our own experiences that are mirrored in society, and where you can recognize that in principle, I need to understand the events of the past to be able to glean from them some of the lessons that they teach me around psychology, power, around relationships, right? That are the real meat and potatoes of the situation, and not get lost in the circumstance itself, because it's teach you more about yourself and about the type of relationships that you need to be in. What are some of the solutions that we need in this world, and what will keep our families together at the end of the day? And it's because it's so uncomfortable, right? It's like, oh, but I'm so strong, and it's like, okay, but if you can't even contend with, it's very interesting. Like when people say, well, I don't want to read books on race because they make me feel uncomfortable, but then they want to hold a gun.
It was down.
If you
Remember, I made zero eye contact with him. He saw my hat. He ripped the hat off my head, crumbled it. I had to go confront him and say, what are you doing, dude? Because he had the hat on it. Then he told me to go get it. I'm sorry. Then after that, of course, he leaned towards me. So like you see, I had to go throw my food at his face. And then
we lost. We lost the popular vote, and we lost the electoral vote. We got crushed, and we need to be.
In principle, it's the same formative.
We need to understand why. What?
I mean, some of the solutions that you propose might be better because of just what you know to be true for yourself. So that's.
How does it be incumbency penalty?
Yeah.
No, I was just saying I agree.
Yeah. When I look at some of the things that are going on around society, and I'm like, okay, we're banning books because of what? Or because of how it makes somebody feel? So you can't deal with your feelings? Okay. So you already know. Feelings. And some of these other social problems.
Country, and its rankings down there with several African countries that have lower than 100 IQ. My point being that the people in Israel sounds to me like they're kind of like puppets of the American Jews. They're there essentially, cynic answers, but they seem to be there essentially to fill, physical space so that they can continue to invoke the place. Because if they didn't have them, they would just lose it due to not wanting to live in the area that they want to control. No?
I'm waiting for Cynic to say something. Makes sense to me. Oh, okay.
No way, dude. They're totally independent thinkers, and they are not controlled by American Jews.
You're giving us indigestion, comedian.
Well, I suggest you just don't eat so much food and go to the gym and maybe read a book. Go travel, go on vacation, do something with your life. Don't come on a social audio chat 40 hours a week talking about nothing, wasting all your fucking time. Yeah, I know you love it, but I'm saying, I'm just asking. Maybe you want to read a book sometime and increase your IQ instead of being a low IQ, low educated voter.
The Israeli Jew.
You want what?
Let me ask you guys before it gets toxic again. Are you guys racist?
Racist.
Yeah, Diego and Cynic and Brincesia. Well, what do you think racism is, stupid? It's hatred.
No. I'm just trying to see. None of you guys are racist, are you?
Hatred is just like, you don't want your kids to grow up like around them or whatever.
So you're not racist?
No, I mean, I would do business with a Jew.
No such thing as racist.
No such thing as racist. Wow, that's such a woke take.
So can just put a cross on the backyard and just burn it?
Update me. I got stubborn. I'll learn from others. Update me.
Well, let me try to help you, Bag. Welcome to a room created by Diego, a house of Jew-hating, anti-Semitic pieces of shit, losers who waste all their time talking about nothing because they got nothing better to do. They got no lives. They got no books. They got no entertainment. This is their entertainment, their own stupidity. Welcome to the house of stupid people. You're a fucking loser, Cynic. You're a laptop repairman, you fucking loser.
What do you do?
I come here to roast loser laptop repairmans.
Alright, let's have a level-headed conversation.
I'm a comedian. I came here to laugh and to make fun of people. This is a roast.
People haven't been funny since Seinfeld, man.
We haven't been funny since Seinfeld. What are you talking about? Your show's hilarious.
As a Catholic, he doesn't identify as Jew anymore.
He's a cashew, right?
My mother's gorgeous. My father's Jewish. I am a cashew. The best type of nut. The best, the most delicious nut.
Oh, you're not even Jewish, okay.
Yeah, my mother's not Jewish. Did you think I was Jewish?
Why you so loud, bro? You're not Jewish. I never saw you.
I'm not Jewish, but I read Torah because Torah is very smart. I read books.
He is a Zionist.
What did you understand from the Torah?
I learned that there are stupid people in this world that live in excrement and hate and filth. People like you, low IQ people who don't read Torah.
Man, what a waste of damn time.
What a waste of fucking time.
You're giving us indigestion, comedian.
You'll stop eating so much shawarma.
I wish my phone didn't die so I could go back to the street party I found.
Oh.
Philosophical indigestion.
Well, have you tried Steve's lava chicken to solve that indigestion?
Are you gonna sing to us?
La 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 lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell.
You well. He helped you. You were off key before.
Were you trying to sing La Bamba?
Why'd you stop? Do the whole thing, comedian.
Honestly, those YouTube videos killed it. I got like 30,000 views of me singing Steve's Lava Chicken.
But you have to admit that Diego really coached you through that.
He did. You're like my voice coach, Diego. Thank you. Yeah, you had it down cold. I had to learn from you with that one.
The guy that wanted the civil conversation?
The guy who asked if you're racist?
What kind of question is that, man?
It's a loaded question.
Could you do a duet with the lava chicken, comedian Diego?
Yeah, we could try it. You want to try it? Let me get my Trump hat and my glasses so I look like a black Stevie Wonder.
You smell that? That's the smell of sizzling.
That's right.
There's so many mashups. It's unbelievable. If you go on YouTube, there's so many people that have made like varieties and variations of that song.
Oh yeah, it's great. I like the ones where they actually animated the Minecraft 3D animations. Did you see the one where they turned them into chickens and Steve was the chicken? And then at the end, he just comes out as like a fat Buddha drumstick.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that one's good.
Okay, ready?
Wait, I actually don't know the last two lines of it by heart. I'm retarded, so I can't memorize anything.
At least you admitted to it. I'm retarded too, so it's okay.
Crispy and juicy, now you're having a snack. Ooh, super spicy, it's a lava attack.
It took you a couple of times to remember it too, right, Diego?
Yeah, the last two lines were hard. I don't know why.
It's because people can't memorize more than 3 variables.
Jack Black says he struggled a lot with remembering lines of song.
Well, he goes on stage. I mean, I think a lot of it is improv. Maybe not.
Yeah.
He's got his band. You know, this is what you do when you make a lot of money. You just start playing music. You retire and just start a band.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, you ready, Diego? A 1.
What about the song Dennis? Did you hear that one?
It's in the movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't
Where
heard
he's
that one.
talking to he named his wolf dog Dennis.
I think.
I feel like fighting with Prince. Prince, can you come on up?
Look at Prince like he's some cool guy at a cafe, just
Prince,
laughing,
who
having
are
a good
you?
time.
Prince, I know Diego already invited you.
Meanwhile, Prince is like a fucking terrorist. You know, that's his cover. He's like all chic now, looking, cool.
You know
like
what
a
I had
fucking
Prince
cafe.
in my phone book as? Wannabe terrorist UK.
Ooh.
Nora's flirting big time.
I can't believe the UK police haven't picked him
What is
up.
it, though?
Nora's flirting big time with Prince.
Damn.
No, I'm not. I would never flirt with him. I fight with him.
What do you mean? You're like a jihadist in his fucking online core, you know? You go to New York, you fight in the fucking elevator shafts. You're like a fucking wannabe jihadist yourself.
No, who am I jihading over?
I don't
You
know.
Comedian. Actually, I can't say anything because you're recording. Never mind. I still have court.
Oh, so your freedom of speech is impacted?
I'll still say it. I looked myself up for the first time. Like, I searched my hashtag on Twitter.
You saw your hair? Yikes. How did you feel?
My hair wasn't that bad. I mean,
Really? You kept touching it because it was so horrible. It looked like it hadn't been shampooed or conditioned in weeks.
It wasn't that bad. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, you're a catfish. You're a total catfish. You don't even look like your PTR. Your PTR looks like when you're 24. And in your fucking elevator shaft attack, you look 39.
No, I didn't. Okay, but
okay, 46.
No. But listen, I watched it, and I watched some of the things that they edited.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that I said,
that was
I don't remember, but I know why I said it.
Mm-hmm.
But I said it really without skipping a beat. When this is going to the FBI, I said perfect.
Yeah, you're like a programmed terrorist. You said all the right buzzwords.
No. My subconscious was fighting a war, and the war is the way that Palestinian Americans are politically targeted. For charity organizations,
because they're funneling money to terrorists.
I was obsessing over a case before all this happened of this father who was in prison for 65 years because of a charity organization because they said he was conspiring with Hamas. That's the stuff that I was internalizing right before that. So I was like, I had a mission not just about myself, my family, my father, but like the entire, like in my subconscious. I just didn't know what consciously I was doing because I blacked out. Or because I was medicated.
Well, just because you tell us you blacked out doesn't mean anything to us because we've seen the video, we saw what you said, but it doesn't make a difference to me. You didn't kill anybody.
I said I was conspiring with Hamas, Islamic Jihad.
Yeah.
ISIS. Obviously, I'm not.
Well, obviously you're not, but you're stupid enough to say it. Yeah, that's the problem about all communication being hypnosis. When you say stupid things, there's repercussions for saying stupid things.
No.
Yes, there are.
No.
Look, you wouldn't be having any of these problems if you kept your mouth shut. If you didn't say anything, you wouldn't have these problems.
Well, whatever, it doesn't matter.
It's true. Listen, the saying is, do you see that fish on the wall there? You know how it got there? It opened its mouth. You fucked up. You opened your mouth, and now you're getting nailed to a cross. Welcome to the world of justice.
I thought Jews had high IQ in America. Are you still not processing what I'm saying?
Hey.
I love Jesus.
Well, this is your come to Jesus moment. Welcome to heaven.
You know, when they were tying my ankles and tying my wrists and injecting me against my will, if that's not feeling like Jesus, what is?
That's the medical industrial complex. Welcome to the world of 5150.
You're retarded.
No, you're retarded. And Diego's retarded, but I don't know what to tell you. You guys are still here.
Diego taught you how to sing. Why are you upset with him?
Listen, I'm like a sponge, okay? Wherever I go, I just want to absorb whatever the environment has to offer. And Diego offered up some Steve's Lava Chicken, and it turned out to be a big success. And I'm opening a Steve's Lava Chicken franchise here in Chicago. I hope when we open up, you'll come in for some of Steve's Lava Chicken.
Who's Yannick? Hello, Yannick. Are you a real person?
Yeah, it's got to be real. Looks very, very. Let me look at the profile. Is it high credibility? Let's see. Yannick's board. Oh no. No. Super sketch.
Abby's burner.
Is it? She's back. She joined me on X Spaces the other day, and I actually have not a Diego, what's her man's name? Diogenes Spooner. I have a clip of him screaming about the National Socialists. They were very successful, and it's not very good.
Hello, Yannick. Diego, is there something wrong with your mic? You keep unmuting, but we don't hear anything.
Nothing?
Now I hear you. Nothing. Comedian, your photo's retarded.
Well, you don't like Gremlins?
I just noticed your photo. Just opened it. Prince, come up to the stage. I need somebody to fight with. Well, Yannick doesn't want to talk. Diego's
they use your words against you.
Welcome to life.
They have no foundation for anything. They believe in nothing.
Well, this is the problem about saying things that aren't true when they're very shocking, especially in a heightened environment. You can't say shit.
What are you talking about, comedian?
How many times do I have to tell you? All communication.
Bomb on an airplane.
Yeah. Bomb around. Bomb around. Bomb around. See, it's okay if you say it, like in a movie. Or, comically. You have to be very explicit. This is comedy.
Or if you're you.
That too. Did you see this F1 thing got canceled?
Yes, Diego.
Can we get your other sound in here? I want to play something for Don.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, let's do it.
Let me go get my laptop. I'm laying down like a fish.
There should be a movie about you, Diego, called like Your Friendly Anti-Semitic Nazi Neighbor. You never knew. The devil lives next door to you. You're like the poster child for like a Nazi MAGA anti-Semite.
Why? Because he's so handsome?
Handsome? No, I'm just saying, like, Robert Taylor is like the perfect example of somebody you see in a movie who it's like, where like a nice family moves in, they get to know Robert, they invite him over for dinner, they invite the family over, and then they see him on the internet screaming about the Jews and how he wants to kill them and how they're responsible for everything terrible. And they're just like, is that the same guy that we just had dinner with? And they're like, oh my God, honey, you can't invite Robert over anymore.
You're a piece of crap.
Well, you just said you wanted to come to Chicago and hang out because we're friends. See, you're you're so bipolar, Princessia. You're so hot and so cold. Jeez Louise. No. The room's on replay. Everyone can see what you said.
You just are weird and think you're doxing people when you're not. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
And I want to clarify something. I don't want to kill any Jews. I want to convert them.
To Catholicism?
I think their accounting skills and their nitpicking would be a valuable resource to the Catholic Church.
In terms of what? Like weeding out all the pedophiles who are raping children?
Yeah, for example, like right there, if we converted a good like 100 Jews, we'd probably get like 10,000 pedophiles right there. They'd give them all up.
The Inquisition. Let's begin. The Inquisition. What a sin.
How many generations did your friend's mother live in at all? Like, were they there? Because I believe they're a Kurd. I reject that.
Cheese curds? You reject that Jews are an ethnicity? Nobody ever said it was an ethnicity. It's a religion. They received the Torah at Mount Sinai.
They have jokes about it. You say, who is a Jew? And they say, that's an interesting question.
Exactly.
Legally, it's got to be your mother. That's why I'm not Jewish, despite my annoying voice and maybe my bald head and my Jewy-looking nose. My mother is not a Jew.
Turn it down 3 notches. Okay, what am I playing, Diego? What is Nura Pandura playing?
The Inquisition, Mel Brooks.
By the way, I'm Jewish. Yakov probably didn't know this.
I knew you were Jewish. I fucking knew it. The moment I saw you at that gas station with your dandruff problem, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Latin extract are Jewish.
I knew you were a diaspora Jew. You're a self-hating Jew. He's a diaspora Latino Jew. He's a Latino.
No.
I'm telling you, your great-grandmother's Jewish and you don't know it. Your family was converted in the Spanish Inquisition, silly. You're Jewish. Welcome to the tribe, Diego.
Yeah, that's the same Melissa.
Welcome to the tribe, Diego. I knew you were a Spanish Inquisition Jew.
All right, emergency press conference time. So get ready to go to the Fest Gala. And all of a